mean? The squeaky, leaky lizard. We gotta go get that drained off, yeah. Come on, up. Here, please. Go, please. Thanks. So, anyway, you ever dropped something right where you peed and had to pick it up? That's nasty. That. Yeah. All right, I'm back, and that's a fact. I hit the sack. You know, was glad to be back. All right. Can you see what's going on out here? Good enough, right? Maybe do something like that right there. I always keep this bungee right here. I have it hog tied to the top. And it keeps these rollers from hitting this tabletop. And because that will end up diverting your blade. So when you're doing especially high-end trim, you want to make sure that's out of the way. How you doing, guys? Make sure you guys like and subscribe, please. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that like. I gotta find my Leatherman. That's really bugging the hell out of me. What's up, guys? I just lost like 11 people. We got a 1/2 inch cord around, and a lot of it. I got it tucked in this plastic sleeve so that it stays nice and dry and clean and all that happy stuff. Now, all they had was 14-inch runs. The hell am I talking about? 16, they only had 14 footers, not 16 footers. However, we're gonna get to it. So, why don't we just start right off with the area that pisses me off the most? Nah, I'm just kidding. I just gotta grab my pencil. Why do you leave everything everywhere? Always keep a backup pencil. Remember that. Always keep a backup pencil. Every single time. And before a very detailed carpentry job, you want to make sure your pencil tip is somewhat sharp, right? Then that little sucker will go right here. Okay, so then this one. So sharpen up your pencil tip. You don't want a dull pencil. Good enough. So you can be picky with it. When I'm running like 2x4s or whatever on a commercial crew, like 4 or 5 swipes and I got my pencil, I'm good. But if I'm at my home, hanging out on YouTube, chilling, I'm gonna make sure that thing nice, right? So, get this out of the way. This out of the way. And what else? We got sealant falling out of the tube, which is not part of its contract. So we got to put that somewhere else. Where in the hell is my tape measure? That's my question. Where did the tape measure go? I found it. So, let's see. I'll start right here. (61 3/16). I'll need a 16-footer for this. And I don't know. Look at that. Get her in the corner. There we go. (61 3/16), 160. I need my paper. Why didn't I get my book? Here we go. quarter round apartment for 4/18/25. All right, so we have square edge into that, and that's 61 and 60 and 3/16. And this one is that way to that way, and that's 1/60 and 11/16. So what I write here, I draw out what I need and then how it needs to go. And I always draw the line where the measurement needs to be. So if this measurement needed to be on the bottom, I would have drawn this line on the bottom instead. So that tells me where my measurement is being pulled from and then how my angles need to be from there. A Boogie 1432. Make sure you follow. How you doing? You said hi. How you doing? I'm sorry. My bad. You like how I'm doing this here? This is quarter round. Half inch. Quarter round. So let's make sure we hit it up. We got the threes, baby. Shooting threes. Now we're gonna spin and we're gonna cut. So right here, I want to make sure I'm perpendicular. Nice and square. Now I'm going to close that off by giving it a round over. And I don't like that. I gotta go wash my hands. My hands are a little too dirty. So I'm just gonna take this water right here. You always wanna clean your fingertips, that's the big thing. That'll get all over the wood. It's always fingertips. Matter of fact, when you're grabbing the wood, you want to make sure your hands have a little bit of moisture so you can grab it. If they're dry, you're not going to really get a good hold, and you could slip your finger. Send me a Tesla. Max, if you end up, that's badass. So that's your house? I wouldn't mind that. If I was just living a simple life, I'd live in a Tesla. I wouldn't even care. I'd live in a Cybertruck. I'd live in any of the Teslas. Can you get a DUI if you sit in the passenger seat and make the Tesla drive you home? Can you get a DUI if you sit in the driver's seat and make a Tesla drive you home? That's the question. So this needs to be 60 and 3/16. Double check, I don't know, make sure of that. I was a 16th shy on that for some reason. So, that inner point, okay. Well, that's silly as hell. Why would they put that there? Huh. How you guys doing? Vizanta, how you doing? Vizanta? Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why that happened. A boogie 1432. MaineManSquanto. Subscribe, follow, share. God bless you guys. So, this is an inside corner. Okay, that's the outside finished edge. All right. Of course I started out like that. Of course I did that. Why would I do that? Silly fuck. Ugh. Standing in the Hall of Fame. Everybody knows your name. Good boy. How you guys doing? Everybody knows you love me. Standing in the hall of fame. Everybody knows you. Standing in the hall of fame. Lovely. Let's trim this place out, everybody, huh? How's it going, Danny? Remember to hit that like and subscribe, everybody. Follow. Get this trim guy. See what we got for nails. We got some small boys in there, that's cool. It's just 1/2 inch trim, so I'll grab the trim nails, yeah. That's good. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got opened up. Low fly. Standing in the Hall of Fame. Well, what do we got here? 1.25 inches. 1.25 1.25. We got 1 inch. Got 1.25 inches in. We got a lot of 1.25 inches. I'm gonna save my 1s. Got a bunch of 2s as well. As I thought. Oh, this is actually a variety pack. Yep, just a bunch of inch, which is great. I'll put them all in there. These are good for like cabinets, you know, really small stuff. Or thin panels, really thin paneling. But I really need this, I need this to really stick. And the thing is, I don't have a floor. My floor is concrete. I have a little bit of vinyl it can nail into, but that's not desirable. So let's, okay, so we just labeled that 1 inch, and I'll give it a little, I'll give it somewhat of a new sticker here. So it's got some new stick. So it's 1 inch. These are what we're gonna use. Wow, all my 2s are gone. No, they're not. All right, cool. Got some more 1 inch there. Bunch of 2s. 2, 2, 2. Awesome. Awesome. And these are 1.5s. And that's what I plan to use. Anyway. A little 1 inch right there. Now these are 3/4. What the hell am I talking about? These are 3/4. Okay, let me just check. Yeah, those are all 3/4. Losing my mind, guys. Holy crap. So we've labeled them. These are all 3/4. We'll see how the inches do, but I'd rather save the inch because I got a bunch of inch. I have a bunch of inch. I'm sorry. We don't have a lot of inch. We only have one box of inch. I have 3 boxes of 1¼ inch. And I think that 1¼ inch would do really, really well here. Because I have to travel quite a long distance to it. And I have a bunch of them. So that's going to be what we use. I have a bunch of 2s and a bunch of 1¼ inch. Technically, I do have quite a bit of 3/4. Probably got a box and a half, 2 boxes of 3/4, and I got 1 box of inch. So I'm going to save the 3/4 of the inch. I'll use up some of my 1¼ inch. Matter of fact, I planned the 1¼ inch for the quarter round itself, but you never know what it shakes down to when after you build a cabinet for a month. And I ended up never even using any nails for my cabinet. But remember to follow. Okay. What a fucking mess. I hate working like that. There's just dust everywhere. Okay. Much better. Much betterer. Yeesh. Shave a penny off this. Yeah. Yeah, the floor wasn't super nice to us, but we learned how to kind of just shit around it, I guess. It's getting done though. It looks good, I'd say. Just popped out of joint again. That is not favorable, I'll tell you. Holy Moses. So what I'm doing right here, I'm just trying to let this quarter round just kind of flow with the floor. It's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect, but we're going to make it look really good. Just do me a favor. Look at that, right? You guys see that? It's nice and clean. Okay. Compared to that. Oh, I just took it off. Hold on. Yeah. Compared to this here. You see the big gaps? You see the big gap right here? See that gap between the floor and the mop board? Right there? That's ugly. Not only that, it's going to cause problems with cleaning. It'll end up being a big problem. What's up, Nikola Lukic? Is it Lucic? Sorry. CC2024, what's happening? Appreciate you guys. Follow and subscribe, everybody. So I basically have predetermined that this piece is going here. Just because it's already cut. And it's just about that long. If I don't need it there, I won't use it there. Should I? Probably. Tinkerbell. $54 5/8. So I gotta write that out. 54 5/8. So I need to be there and then there. 54 5/8. And I need to know if I'm just going flat and leaving that. I gotta know. Thanks, good time. Yeah, we're putting quarter round in now. Quarter round in the whole apartment. I'm just gonna do the whole place today. I say fuck it. But am I gonna want? Yeah, we're quarter round around the cabinet as well. Okay, well in that case, what is it? 20 and a fat 1/8. So that will be inside corner, outside corner. 20 and a fat 1/8 F. So I write, I draw the line on which I have to cut. That gives me my reference to where these angles are gonna fall off. So if I needed to pull the measurement off of this, I would have drawn the line there, but I drew the line up here because that's where I'm gonna pull my measurement from. So I'll make this angle, we already know it's 45. We're gonna cut a 45, then we'll pull 54 5/8 and then cut in. So that's why I have it set up like that. And when I need 1/8, if it's just almost not 3/16, I don't do 64ths and 30 seconds. I just write fat, which means halfway to the 30/16. Or I'll write shy, which will mean halfway to the 16th mark. Okay? That's how I do it. So, you guys can watch me cut. I gotta move this stuff. This stuff needs to be moved. God. Okay. So I need 54 and 5/8 and 20 and 1/8. Where is it? pulling off that long right there. Now I hold the tape measure with my finger like this. Take my pencil, 54 and a fat 8. Right there. This goes over here. Okay, now I'll swing this over to my 45. I got wet rags on each side, so I don't have to lick my finger, I can just moisten my finger. Standing in the Hall of Fame. Always have a cutoff bucket. You just throw your cutoff right there, boom, it's done. So I'm gonna hit this, and we need to clean this place out. It's driving me nuts. Trim nails. This old stud. It's what we clean the walls and the ceiling with after we're done sanding all the walls and ceilings. It gets all the static electricity off, and it pulls a lot of the dust. Plus, there was a lot of cement. That was really good for the doorway when I hit it like that. You know, all that good carpentry, and I just smacked right into stuff. It's just like, what a pro, you know? What a professional. I should be so proud of myself. Standing in the Hall of Fame. All right, good enough. Yep, that's it. What did I break now? Where did that come from? Oh, that's that clip from the baby stand-up thing. Of course, it just goes wherever. Of course, that's going to try to fall. Why do we all need, there's 5 waters 5 waters. And now that they're open, no one's going to drink them. Yeah, now that they've been open, no one will touch them. It's crazy. It's crazy talk. Yeah, I'm just putting stuff away real quick. I'm trying to run a nice channel here, and I got my house right disgusting. Not really. It's, damn, I just cut myself. Right there. Stupid. Look, that is so sharp because I've sanded it down so many times to clean it. Fuck. Cut myself on it all the time. So that's what we're getting off when we're trying to wipe all the walls and ceilings. That's cement dust as well as it is mud and other dust. And what that stuff does is it stops the paint from being able to sit, and it creates all that little microfibrous, you know, stuff you gotta sand down later on, basically. It's just, it turns out to be stuff that got in the way, you know? Dang, that hurt. Now I'm bleeding. Now I'm bleeding. Come on, man. Well, the only thing Joe Biden said that was actually had any true bearing was, come on, man. Come on, man. Why you gotta talk like that, man? Why you gotta think like that, man? Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, I found another water. That's 7 waters out. 7. And now that they've been touched, not one soul will touch them. How you guys doing? Like and subscribe, follow please. Share this channel. Okay. Put my damn hat back on. Get my damn pencil in my hat there. Get my damn man. Where'd the piece go? Alright, I cut a piece, don't know where it went. Man, I'm bleeding good. I need it. Look at that. That's literally from this. It's just so sharp right at that point that it gets me every time. It gets stuck on this strap. Dang, man. Come on, man. Okay, so it's that. And I am going to I've already done it. Lovely. Cool. Push up. Standing in the Hall of Fame. No matter how much you dust this house, no matter how much you dust this place, my parking lot creates a vortex. All right, you kidding me again? I ain't playing those games. Stove's going here, I'm just tacking it. I don't even care. Oh, stop it. Thing wants to roll on me now. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. All right, what the hell did I do? Oh, it was 5/8. What an idiot. I had to. I gotta stop. See, now that it's clean, I'll be able to like think. I'll be able to just think about my measurement, my book, my wood, my cut, my placement, my tack. Standing in the Hall of Fame. Oh, sorry, Papa. There you go. Where'd you go? Good boy. What do I got here? 20 1/8. Go play, Pop. I'm really busy, Papa. Good thing there's a stove behind that, eh? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Say that 10 times fast. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? Alright, mark it. Put her on the market. Oh yes. Totally forgot about that one. Standing Hall of Fame. Excuse me. So, I have this beautiful little trim piece right here, and I need to cut it so that when I bring this cord around, it will accept the piece of wood. Come on. This shit won't keep going on like this. Okay. Standing in the Hall of Fame. Well, that was great, oh boy. Come on, dude. That's it, that's it, that's it. Work it, work it, work it, work it, that's right. Work it, work it. Okay. $48, 116, fat. 48, 116, fat. Yeah. That's my end tail. I like to pull the wood away before I lift the blade because these carbide tips will grab it and flick hairs and grab the fibers of the wood. You always want to grab these small cutoffs because they will end up getting a hold of this, especially when you have the guard lifted so it doesn't divert your blade when you drop an angle. you can get real hairy real quick. So this is an inside measurement. That's going to be kind of hard to grab. With fat 16 minus a half inch, so 47 and a fat 9/16. Okay. Everybody knows your name. What's going on, guys? Follow the channel. Hit that like, hit that heart, hit that subscribe, and share to your friends. Share the channel. What in the hell did I just do? What the hell is going on? I need to slow it down, dude. Slow the F down, brother. I need to write down my step, my step. It's like 3 in a row. I'm just showing off, being stupid. 48 and 1/16. What did I do? I must have taken a what? Weird. I gotta write it down. So let's write it down real quick. Dumbass rookie right here. Sorry for swearing, but you know, do this for over 10 years and you end up just showing off, I guess. I don't know. So it's got to go there, and it's got to go there, there. 48 and 1/16 fat. That needs to be shaved down a little, but I'm going to wait till I can mate it. We need to find its mate because this one just messed up on me. I'm going to pull from a long, because I want to keep as many long as possible. That wet rag helps control the piece of wood. go find that. I'm gonna go find his thrower here. All right, yeah. Sorry about the wait there. I had to get some coffee. Tape, pencil. I forgot to stir it. So, If you know me, you know that I love coffee cups. I don't really care about these. They're cool, I love them. But I love coffee mugs. But they gotta be like neat. They gotta have something cool about them. I like ocean, building, outdoor sports. And I love it when the kids get me a best dad ever cup. It's my favorite thing. I'm probably a narcissist. However, I do try hard, so it's nice to have recognition. You know what I'm saying? It just gives me drive when I see it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got a responsibility. I got a responsibility. I have responsibility, you know? And it's nice because it's like, oh man, those kids saw that and thought of me. That's great, you know? And, ooh, hot damn, isn't that coffee? Some hot damn, baby. All right. What did I go do? That's right. Oh, it didn't pop. So it's been a long time, but we're gonna get it done. Oh wow. He's gonna love that. Come on. Find it. Good. Find it. Launched that thing, didn't I? You guys all good? Look at him, he's coming back for more. He's on the prowl, folks. I'll get it in a second, Bubba. Good boy. Good boy, I'll do it. Give me a second, Bub. So I built this whole thing with literally a, what do you call that? A chop saw and, I just found a screw poker now. A chop saw and a table saw. I can't believe I didn't see this. Is it the new one? It was. Chop saw and table saw, folks. So the only screws in this whole system are the bolts. That's not even a screw, it's a bolt holding in the handles. But I also glued and screwed the faces onto the box. And I actually, after, gluing the boxes, I put a couple of screws in the boxes too, just some small trim screws, just to make sure. But really, glue would have been perfectly fine. I did not need to screw any of this. Well, screw the face plate to the box, definitely. But I also glued it. Probably shouldn't have, because it would have been way easier to paint it if I had just not, but hey, it'll all get painted now, so no one's complaining. Here we go. Now, I do have a tendency to cut long, and that's fine. My measuring tape probably didn't sit right perfect, but that's okay. So now what I'll do, I put their trim in their actual spot, and I just give it a little tiny trace, and that will tell me where my saw blade needs to line up. I'm gonna leave the line though. Always leave your line. Unless you plan to take the line. If you're gonna take the line, take your line. All right, here we go. That ought to give it some good loving. Oh, find it. Good boy. 1 second, brother. 1 second. 1 second, boss. Standing in the fog of pain. Where everybody knows your name. Wow, boy. You really know how to go, don't you? Oh! That'll buy me some time. Airbud over here. Hit that follow, hit that like, hit that subscribe, please. Let's get this done. Man, that boy is fast. I can't even think before he's ready to pull. Ready to pull another one. I like it. Does look good there. Okay, I'm happy with that. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I knew I was going to do that. You have no patience, boy. It's just go, 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 go. Why don't you go find me a shed? Now, sure. You give me a second, Bob, and I'll get it. I'll go. I'll do it. Lovely. That looks sexy. $72 and 3/16, 24 and a fat 16th. 72 and 3/16, So that's 72. I always use the back side. We love the back side too, right? So we can go boom, boom, 72 and 3/16. And then this way, and then square, perpendicular, 24 and 1/16 fat. That's our next hit. So let's go out, find the wood, and get her done. Follow, like, subscribe, please. Oh, man. Go get it, Bubba. Go get it. Of course, I left my tape measure. Silly, silly, silly boy. Golden boy. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Two and 3. 24. 73. What we got here? What's up? Wet your fingers, make sure you've got no resistance, you're sitting flat. Get your fingers out of the way, quarter round square, perpendicular. 72, 3/16. Right off the spine, right off the backbone. 72, 3/16. Excuse me, 72, 3/16. We're going to just pull off perpendicular. We're going to cut perpendicular. Cut it. I'll cut it square. I don't like to pull off short side. You can't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can, but it's a pain in the ass. So I just pull off perpendicular. What did I say? 24 and a fat 8? Yep. No, fat 16. 24 and a fat 16. There we go. And that's got to be opened over. I may have just gone too far there, but we'll see. A little bit of sealant wouldn't hurt, I guess, but I try not to rely on sealant. Never rely on sealant. It's just not the good way to do it. All right. Jesse, Kevin Tierney, good time. Jamie W. How's it going? How's it going, guys? Remember, like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. All right, here we go. It's a piece of the cardboard from the tile. Black granite mold. Okay. Everybody knows. A little heavy there, which is actually good. It's a good thing. All right, I'm gonna cut this down. One second, Rob. Okay. So now what I'll do, I'll trace it out again. We're talking quarter blades. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Follow me if you haven't already. Okay, so we hit this first. I'll slide this out of the way. Get my fingers wet. Yep, playing Nerf with my boy and doing some carpentry. Oh. Well, I guess I should have fit that one first or something. Or actually, I did go in one more time than I should have. Oh, that's all right. Let's see. Un second, up. 1 second, old boy. Yeah. I ought to caulk all these holes, nail holes, while I do this. Might be a second, but not very long, but it'll be all right. You'll get it. You'll be all right. About 6, 7 more feet and I'll be all set. And I can seal up as I go. I'd rather do it now while it's clean, you know, than have to come in maybe when dust gets kicked up or something. I'm going to be coming through here and taping this all off soon. Lovely. So that whole left side's good. We'll give you a quick pan all the way over into that doorway. We're all quarter rounded. So looking all right. Can't complain, I guess. All right. Not much to it. Just quick, some quick measurements and everything's happy honky-dory. I don't know if you're following. Make sure you're following my channel. Subscribe, follow. Let's see what I got here. So I'll give you guys full view, something like that. Swing this over. All right. Cool. So that's lined up. from that side of the door, and I'll work my way around. Oh, the leaves. The leaves blow right in the house. Okay. $111 and $116. $25 and $9. Okay, so that's square on the right. Female. Okay, and this is female. Male. Cool. No. It's also that way. Show. What's up, Bob? Whoa, what's up, babe? What's up? Give me, come on. Stop it. Grab all the tools. How's everybody doing? We all hanging in there? Oh, I believe this is a 22 and a half. Good enough. Okay. All right, let's go cut this. What's up, everybody? How's it going? What's up, Rob? How you doing, man? Hey, Kevin. Jesse, Mega, what's up? Yeah. Yeah. No one else has hit the live. Tinkerbell, you on there? So, what you guys been up to? I'm cutting cord around. Text in the chat, what you guys up to? Got my truck now, I'm ready to hit the road Monday. Killer, what'd you get for a truck? What'd you get for a truck, Bob? Nice. Nice. How many miles are on it? Where do you run? You must run all over the US. Yeah, wow. No way, that's, what year? What you got for a cab? Do you do short days or long trips or what? Yeah, you said you're back every night. I believe you said that. But now it's probably gonna change for you, ain't it? You got a family, MAGA? Kids and a wife? Yeah. Who you riding for? You riding sub? I love you, baby. I wondered where you were. Are you on? My wife coming with me. No kids yet. Oh, that's badass, dude. That's cool. So she can help shop and stuff. Yeah, brother. Wouldn't it be cool if you could have a front-loaded car that just grabs your car and throws it up on the top of your cab, so that when you park, if you're there for a while, you can just drop your car and just drive off? Okay. Why swap back from local? What's going on there? Local sucks. On the road must give you bigger contracts. Plus, we're going to need a lot more truckers now because we have a lot of industry coming in. There's a lot of big shit getting built. We're going to be building big time, massive. Wow. Yeah, she had a long day yesterday too, so. You keep her away from me, I'm like her little engine. She sees me, she just wants to go, go, go. Yeah. Yeah, I figured. Well, that's good, man. I hope you double up your cash. And remember, if you have extra money, put it in savings. You can always take it out 2 days from there, but not savings. Get a stock and investments, mutual fund, whatever. Get a portfolio going and treat your portfolio as if it's your bank account. So instead of just letting your big money sit in the bank, it can literally be making you 2, 3, 4 grand a day. And I'm not kidding, dude. It can literally be. My biggest day was $1,100. Yes, the home too. So you got real estate and finance. Those two things control the world. Once you have your little pie in home ownership and finance, you've got quite a good control of your life. Because what that does is it brings you financial security. And financial security is what everybody's looking for. Yeah, I've been staying away from the Bitcoin. It's been dropping heavily lately. If you got into Bitcoin in 2012, you'd be a millionaire right now. You probably have bought that Kentworth outright, And maybe you are. Maybe you're really well off. That's really cool. I hope you are, I hope someday someone drops a pin at me and says, hey, put your money in CAP, IPO, put as much as you can today and sell in the morning, and I become a millionaire on whatever, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that just be beautiful if someone just dropped down and just say, hey, if you put your money in this IPO before this and then sell before this, you'll times your money by 80,000. Well, I did too. I tried. I just didn't know who I could do it with. I was literally begging the banks. I didn't know where to go. But everybody's so fucking greedy. They're like, oh, we can set up a CD for you. I'm like, no, I just want to figure out the stock exchange and put money in Amazon. Oh, no, we can set up a portfolio and we'll invest and we give you an interest back.
I'm like, no, I need to put my money. So now I have direct access right on my phone. So, there's gonna be another one coming, Bubba. We got a big American industry boom coming. Right in your name, make America great again. So let's me and you both watch out. Yeah. Watch out for that next IPO, because it's coming. Trust me. And I'm looking into some of the chips companies that are coming. NVIDIA's already blown up. They can blow up more. Don't get me wrong. Microsoft even looks good right now. Everything dropped, and it has huge potential to rise. Tesla is looking really good again. They're going to go soaring back up this fall. So NVIDIA is going to soar back up this fall. Trump media, look at him. Look what he did today and yesterday. They're soaring. So, there's a lot of short-term stuff, but there's gonna be. That's what I'm saying, dude. Why don't you teach these kids this stuff? Okay, you'll teach me how to be a monkey on a computer that I barely know anything on it. No, teach me structure of, IPOs, CBAs, whatever, all these different investment type. It's like you got to get these kids into it younger. And maybe they did, and we just didn't fucking listen because we said we hated school. Maybe because we didn't have the correct, path figured out for us. However, either way, there should be mandatory classes for this stuff that teach you the whole framework of the whole American economy. It should just be called economics. Used to be called civical economics, right? It used to be mandatory in high school that you learned civical economics. Now it's not. They took it out. So now people don't even know how to make a check anymore. They don't even know how to write a checkbook. They don't even know how to call and pay a bill. Like get a kid on a phone, make them call, and then, maybe in another room, and the teacher goes through all the stuff they're gonna have to do to call. A lot of people don't even want to order their food through a person anymore. They just want to use an app. So they're like desocializing us, and it's just all it's doing is making us dumber and dumber and dumber. And I'm not calling people dumb. I'm just saying it's making us ignorant. And that's just a fact. If you don't teach the people the mental memory and the mental muscle memory and the motor skills to even know how to learn, and then you don't even teach them the whole structure of the system that's literally going to destroy them if they don't get ahead quick. If you don't go to college, you're looking at the life like, where do I go? I have no clue. If you're out on your own, there is no structure for you. And a lot of people get sucked down that quick money path that they end up going to jail, right? Some kids end up sticking to some, a corporate job that mistreats them and makes them be a bootlicker for the rest of their life. Some people end up being, weirdos and suck off the government their whole life. But there should be a better, more, look at all these kids coming over, foreign exchange students. They act like 30-year-olds. They act like they understand all of the world's economics, not just let alone American economics, you see, and they understand computer science, they understand computer, technology, they understand all this stuff in a much, way, more cruise line, more speed line, understanding than we do. So it's pretty crazy. And I hope to hell that when they did the Department of Education and they let the states take care of it, I really hope that, like, my governor is causing a fuss. It's like, dude, you're causing a fuss over how many kids? How many children? How about, wouldn't it just be so much more progressive to just make them their own this, make them their own that? Make a national trans league where all the trans kids get to go against the trans kids. If that's really what they want, you know what I'm saying? If we all have to be special for you, then why can't you be special for us and respect our religion and our traditions as well? Where can we all, right? So respecting that would be to set them up with their own thing. That's giving them the respect, putting in the effort, Other than that, you don't want to ban the whole world over 30 or 40 people out of 350 million, Why does my daughter have to sit on a, wet urinal, a wet toilet seat, because they say boys and girls can go in the same bathroom? If that's the case, have a janitor in there wiping it off, Obviously not where I live now. I moved to a more conservative area. However, it was happening where I was from, and it's a bigger city, so they're all, how it is. It's ridiculous. And it's like, just because you think you're smarter does not mean that you're right. You know what I'm saying? Because you think you're smarter than everyone, that does not mean you're correct. It doesn't mean I'm correct either. However, we got to figure out something that works better for everybody, not just 1% of the population. But yeah, it's a big fucking shit show, and it's all made to confuse us, because if we really knew what was actually going on and we weren't confused all the time by all this bullshit, and we found out what companies are doing what, and like Oprah, Harpo is Oprah spelled backwards. What does Harpo do? Harpo gets all kinds of government-funded NGOs and government contracts. For doing what? Nothing. Gets a bunch of government money for doing nothing, right? BlackRock, whatever. I could keep saying names. However, if we actually looked into these things, which they are, and that's why they're fussing, if my checkbooks were clean, I'd say, come and look. I don't give a shit. Right? Come and look. However, they're not. They're throwing a fuss. That's like a kid saying, did you lie? And the kid saying, no. And so you're saying, I'm going to go check to make sure you're not lying. And then they throw a fit and don't let you in the room. Well, why are you doing that? It's like you literally went to the quickest thing that made you look guilty. So you're just proving the people correct that they chose the right people. And even any sane person, even people that won't even think to consider to like Trump, have to understand that analogy. Why are you throwing a fuss if nothing's going wrong? And it's like they want to bring up January 6th all the time. Okay, well, where's all the evidence for January 6th? You want to bring it up like it's a sharp-edged sword, but really it's a piece of rotting wood that was actually made of cardboard. You called it some sharp, shiny sword like the Marines have. No, it was a fabricated, made-up lie. And how many of those people were actually paid for protesters by George Soros himself? How many of those people were actually Antifa dressed up as MAGA people? Because it seems to me like Antifa is the only ones who actually really end up getting physical. They like to burn down cities. They like to shoot up police officers and blow up and burn police buildings and take over control of police places. Antifa is the ones who like to burn and pillage and rob and, do all that stuff. Breaking and entering. That's who's... so it's like, and now we're finding out that the federal agents were there dressed up as MAGA people. So it's like, so you admit that there were, but you won't say how many. I got a damn good feeling when that cop was waving in the people, they got him on video camera of a White House cop waving Antifa inside the building. Well, sorry, waving MAGA people inside the building. So it's like, no, that was a big chalked up lie. Trump said hours and hours, days before that event, do you need National Guard? I will completely cover that whole Senate building with National Guard. I got 5,000 men I can give you. What did Nancy Pelosi say? Nope, I've got other plans. She had the Federal Bureau getting people in, their Antifa and all of their little movements that they've pushed the media, the legacy media, with to gain sympathy for all the people that don't understand what's really going on. They want to follow and live a lie because they're told the same thing so many times, so many different people over and over and over again. So it must be true because all of the news stations are saying it. So I skip from CNN, NBC, MSNBC, all these different NBC, ABC, CBS, they're all saying it. So wait, you mean to tell me that all the media that I've listened to for the last 100 years is lying? Wait, how long have they been lying? Whoa, oh no. I literally had to stop listening to the media like that 9 years ago because of what they did the second Trump term. They literally made him look like he was the worst, most evil person in the whole world. Mao, what is it? Mao Jing or whatever, Xi Jinping's, hero. Mao literally I just got banned on TikTok. I said Mao once and TikTok banned me. Who's TikTok ran by? They literally watch, look, I'm set up with 2 cameras, okay? I said Mao one time. That's the old Chinese leader. Look what they did. They said, live access banned. Thanks for going live. At first it said live access banned. And then it switched to thanks going live. Watch, I bet you I can't go live anymore. Watch this. Live access suspended. You can go live and join live as a guest starting from April 25th. They just shut my whole thing down because I mentioned their superhero, Mao, which is the Marxist revolution that Kamala and Obama had to buy into because they borrowed so much money from Xi Jinping back in 2009, 2011. They kept borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. Now the Chinese basically own all of our bonds. They own most all of our gold, basically, because we've lent so much money out to them, from them. So now the whole Democratic Party is owned by these Chinese communists. And what do the communists want to do? They want to remove America from global power. They literally suspended my live access. They shut me down, dude. Live access banned. It just happened live on YouTube. Live. I was live. They're not censoring people. No one's censoring anyone, right? Yeah, it just shows you. It just goes to show you exactly who's doing what. Because they literally make it very, very, it's like they get caught with their hand in the cookie jar. I say their leader, Mao, their Marxist leader, Mao, he literally killed 60 million of his own people because he was more worried about his Communist Party movement. He told them, no one's gonna grow any vegetables this year. We're all gonna go build and do all this stuff for the war. And 60 million people died. That's the biggest. He killed more people than Hitler. And this is Kamala's fucking superhero. She literally believes in all of his tenets through his book. Her father was a Mao Marxist professor teaching children in college Mao's views, communist Marxist views. The Democrats have bought into Marxism, Have a happy Easter. Look at that. I said Mao once and I got banned. That's fucking like perfect. And I'm actually happy that they banned me. You know why? Because it proves to me that there is censorship, and I say one word about their shitty superhero Mao, and they banned me I couldn't even finish my sentence and they banned me. What's up, Danny? I'm doing carpentry here. Listen, I've always been the guy that exposes the light. If I see that something's wrong, it's not really cool, you shouldn't be doing that, I'm usually gonna tell on you. Well, I mean, if you're being a dirtbag, I'll at least let someone know. Hey, this isn't cool. It is what it is. Okay. Doing good, Danny. How you doing? Make sure you like and subscribe, please. I just got banned on live TikTok because I talked bad about the Chinese Communist Party. It's fucking hilarious. Instantaneously got banned right there. Boom. Oh, that's hilarious. Wow. The dust just gets blown right in here. It's horrible. Okay, we're gonna take half a blade. Yep, got banned on TikTok for talking about their precious shitbag Mao, who killed 60 million of his people during World War II to fight against America so that the Communist Party would prevail. Only you hear. in. Odin, I'll put you inside, boy. Odin. Odin. Find it. Get your ball. Get your ball, come on. There, get him running the other way. Okay, we're ready to install. I know this one's ready. Where is it? I just gotta go cut this. Not gonna work. That boy will run all day for that ball. I like that. Hell yeah. Let's see what we got here. We'll take that blade off this needle. Find it! Where's your ball? Come on, get your ball. That dog, he's so fun. All right. Hot dog, hot dog. Here we go. Yeah, yep. Go on, get in there, man. Come on. Come on. Lovely. Just check, make sure I cut enough. Oh yeah. No one can take a joke anymore. Yeah, no one is fucking. That's all. Jealousy. Total control. Yeah, I'm gonna let that fall back into itself. So what I'll do now is I'm gonna come in from this. Start here, we'll finish it off, and then I'll let the tail end of that fall off. But I need to know what this will end up being first. So I'm gonna pull. And see. 48 1/4. 48 1/4, can't mess that up, right? Like and subscribe now, like and subscribe.